Another attempt at peace appears on the horizon in the Ukraine war as both sides work to appease the Trump administration.
Yeah, a Kremlin spokesperson said yesterday that Russia is open to peace talks with Ukraine, but that achieving its goals in the war remains a top priority. And this comes after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky offered to hold another round of talks this week. In his evening address to Ukraine on Saturday, Zelensky said, quote, "Everything should be done to achieve a ceasefire." Now, President Trump, who's taken a tougher stance on Russia in recent weeks, has threatened harsher sanctions on the country if a peace deal is not reached soon.
NBC News international correspondent Raf Sanchez joins us now from London with more on this. Raf, thanks for joining us. We know that Russia and Ukraine have held peace talks in the past, but no major breakthroughs. What could be different about this time around?
Hey, guys, good morning. Yeah, so expectations not high for this latest round of peace talks if they do actually go ahead. What we've seen the last couple of times, the two sides gathering in a neutral third country, usually Istanbul in Turkey. They get around the table, and then, as you say, Emily, there is no breakthrough on ending the war, that central demand of the Trump administration. What we have seen from these talks is they do seem to make progress on some smaller issues. For example, prisoner swaps, each side releasing prisoners of war. President Zelensky is saying that he hopes in this latest round they can reach an agreement to send more of those captured soldiers home. What is potentially different this time is what you mentioned. President Trump has set this 50-day deadline for Russia to reach an agreement to end the war, or he says he will impose crushing new sanctions. Now, it really isn't clear at this point whether this is impacting the Kremlin's thinking. We've seen President Trump delay sanction deadlines again and again, but it could add a sort of extra impetus, extra momentum to these talks. Guys.
Raf, now, despite Russia's apparent willingness to return to the negotiating table, or at least what we're hearing right now, Russian forces are continuing to attack Ukraine, including overnight. 2 people were killed, several others injured, right in the capital city in Kyiv. What more can you tell us about the latest on the ground?
Yeah, guys, this is a nightly reality in Ukraine right now. You have the skies filled with often hundreds of Russian drones accompanied by ballistic missiles. And the goal on the Russian side seems to be just to overwhelm Ukraine's air defenses to make it impossible for them to stop everything that's coming in. Ukrainian officials are saying that these strikes overnight hit a kindergarten, hit a supermarket, hit a warehouse. They're saying that these are civilian targets, not military targets. At least 1 person killed. And this is why the Ukrainians are saying they so desperately need those American-made Patriot missiles, air defenses, to try to protect their skies from this incoming Russian fire.
Raf, on the topic of weaponry, the UK and Germany are holding a meeting today to discuss President Trump's plans for NATO allies to provide Ukraine with weapons. So where are we at with that process?
Yeah, so this is the UK and Germany. They are joint chairing a meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group. This is a body of allies supporting Ukraine. It used to be chaired by the United States. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has given up that role as chairman of the group. But the idea here is to put into practice this announcement made by President Trump the other week in the Oval Office. And the idea is that the U.S. will sell American-made weapons to NATO European countries. Those countries will then provide that weaponry to Ukraine. But there is a whole lot of logistics here in terms of who's getting the first weapons rolling off production lines, how quickly can they be sent to the front line in Ukraine. And the idea of these talks is to try to coordinate that complicated process. Guys.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.